Greetings. Just sitting here on the workbench today, working on a old vacuum. Come on, Doobie, get out of the way. On the old an old Philco vacuum tube radio, rewiring it. That'll be the next project because I stripped this whole thing down, new sockets and the whole 9 yards, and did some little neat tricks to it. But I'll talk about that in an upcoming video. But I wanted to talk a little bit about computing again on old computers, which I've done in the past. If you've watched some of my videos, especially I talked about this little Fujitsu, it's small, 8.9 inch P1360. And actually that's my little go-to when I'm not at the desktop. It's not very powerful, but it's upstairs. I keep it on my end table by my couch in case I want to do something other than my phone. I take it outside, and it's got Windows 7 on it. I already did a video in the past on that. You can check out how I laid out Windows 7. But one of the things I've always done, and I mentioned, is running some Linux side by side with these old computers. And I want to keep Windows 7 on it because there's some old apps that I still use, especially some of the electronic apps and things, which, you know, that's my preference. And Windows 7 was always one of my favorites. But running Linux side by side, and I've always used Puppy Linux. And if you're familiar with that, I've always installed it in a frugal install next to Windows, which installs it in a container right on the same hard drive. No partitioning, no putting Linux partitions in, which it's great. And it's got a little procedure to do that it's not for the faint-hearted. You might have to do it a couple times if you're not familiar with it. But if you ever installed a lightweight Linux and tested them out on one of these old laptops, they're going to require partitioning, and it's also going to change your boot sector. So if you don't like it and like how it works, you want to try another one. The live ISOs are really not. They're not going to show you and let you spend some days with it to really how it's going to work on an old PC. So to uninstall them, and then you're left with a boot sector that you have to put back to normal, which is, if you're not used to doing these things, especially for a new user that wants to try this out on any Windows computer, I actually switched to Q4OS, which is really nice. And you can install it with one click, download the file, and here's all it looks like. And this is the, I think this is the version 5. It's the same install as version 6, the newer one. But you pick the size of the container you want to put it in, and then you click install, and it will download all the necessary information from the internet and do a reboot. And all you have to do after the reboot is go through the procedure for it wants your Wi-Fi info, or if you're not connected to hardwired internet, go ahead and do that. And the first thing, it wants you to choose a desktop. Now, the Plasma desktop is a little slow on this one. This is a Core 2 SU 9300 1.2 gigahertz. But you can install, because this is based on Debian, there's an option to put in some different desktops. And if you want a really efficient, lightweight desktop that's easy to use and has a lot of features, choose the Trinity desktop. It is really nice. The Trinity desktop works just like any of the other Linux. Here's a little laptop, and it has a lot of features, a lot of functions. and it works great on this, and it's very lightweight. It boots up with a minimum of using about 450 megabytes of RAM on this one, where if you use the plasma, it's about 1.1 gigabytes of RAM it uses up, and then it eats it up fast when you try to run and load software. Excuse my screen flickering there because my lighting's not good over here in the corner. But the Trinity desktop is great. And to uninstall this, it's a one-click uninstall. You go back into Windows and you click on that installer file again, and you can uninstall it. It puts the boot sector back to normal. It's great if you want to test this out, especially a new Windows user to see what a nice Linux looks like. And if you have a faster PC with Windows 7 or Windows 10, you can install this, or 11. You can put in the Plasma desktop, which is really nice also. But the Trinity runs well for me on this one, and I like it. So I just thought I'd mention that real quick for everyone out there that give Q4OS a try. I had an issue with the new release, the version 6, where it wasn't expanding the hard drive space that I initially put in, but their tech support worked with me. They fixed the issue, and now it works fine because this laptop is, even though it's a 64-bit laptop, I was installing it on 32-bit Windows. So they solved that issue. And there is a 32-bit for a 32-bit PC, the version 5, which you can still find it from the page there, the download page. You can download the 32-bit version, and it works great on any 32-bit computer. Because actually, I'm going to install that over on my little PC. That was another, I think I mentioned in one of the videos. It was an old medical PC for a piece of equipment, and I put it on the swing arm, and I stream my FLAC files over to my tube amplifiers. But I'm going to take Puppy off of that and put the Q4OS because it's a 32-bit computer, and it only has 2 gigabytes of RAM, just like this one, running on 2 gigabytes of RAM. So if you had 4 gigabytes of RAM on a slower PC, the Plasma desktop would probably really run nice. But this CPU is a little old, so you have choices. So if you have any questions or comments, go check it out at Q4OS. Look it up on the web and give it a try, because it's very easy to install and very easy to remove, and you don't have to make any changes or partition your Windows drive out with Linux partitions on it. That's what I like about it. And it's a lot easier to install than Puppy Linux. And I like Puppy Linux, but to me, it still is a little bit disjointed the way they way they do it and the way it's done. But hey, to each his own. So you have a good day. Leave some comments if you wish or have any questions. And I'll see you again when I post a video of this old Philco radio that I'm completely rewiring. And have a good day.